Hello, my name is Craig. Welcome back to the three people who watch all my videos, and welcome to anyone else who has tagged along for a few minutes to watch episode 22 of the Spooky Guitar Build. Here we are about 3 weeks after I finished spraying or putting on the last coats. It looks pretty good to me. But of course we have to do a lot of polishing and sanding and polishing. Now, the method that I have used before has involved using these micro mesh pads, which go from I think about 1500 up to 12,000, and they produce a pretty good result. I'd say almost an excellent result, but they do take a whole lot of work, and I thought I'd try something a little bit different this time. Prior to putting on the last couple of coats on this, I used 800 grit just to take off the last little bit of roughness in the coating, or what you call an orange peel effect. We'll get a little bit of that now, but I sprayed over with a couple of other coats very lightly, and as I said, it looks pretty good. But what I'm going to try and do this time is something a little bit different. Hopefully it saves time. Might destroy it, but hopefully it saves time. I'm going to use this little Bosch sander, little orbital sander type of thing, and put these Velcro type pads on there, and this one is 1000 grit. I'll see how that goes. Now for the moment we're going to wet this down. And try sanding. Now it's always the first coat now, or the first lot of sanding, that's going to be the hardest. And that's why I want to try and do this, at least use this on the top and the back. On the sides I'll probably go back to the micro mesh pads because they work well. It's very hard to do use this on the sides, so we'll try doing it this on the back and the front, and we'll see how it goes. Now, because it's only the first time I've used this, you can see that we've got some of the white nitro coming off in the water there, which is good. Because it's the first time I've used this, we'll do it nice and slowly. One of the things you've got to watch when you're doing this is that you don't go on the edges as far as at an angle. Just keep it flat for the moment, let the edges look after themselves, because if you start sanding on those edges, it will take nothing at all to get completely through the nitro, and you'll be back on the basic wood again. How long is it going to take altogether? Well, I've set aside 2 days to do this. It may be less than that. We'll see how we go. As I said, it's the first time I've done it this way. How long does it take to do the whole guitar and finish it off? Well, probably about 180 hours. No elaborate inlays involved in this one here. Have one with the Cocobolo guitar I'm doing. It has some little bit more elaborate material on it. It'll probably be about 200 hours. If I were to do a very elaborate inlay, we're looking probably about 250 hours or so. So that's about the overall sort of time. There's our 1200 grit. So this is after 3000. I don't know if you can see any of that. It's starting to get a bit shiny now. You can clearly see the light coming in there. There's the 5000 Trizact. By the time you get up to here, this paper is probably creating tiny scratches on here. But we've still got polishing to go. It's looking very good now. Now the last part of the polishing, I use this 3M Perfected material. This is a 2 and there's a 3 one as well I use. I got this idea from someone off the internet. I think it was Bo Hammond or Hannon. Is an Australian that's moved over to America and apparently does ukuleles, etc. And he seemed to have some success with this, and I've tried it. This is my 3rd guitar, and it seems to be pretty good. It's better than what I was using beforehand. So we'll give it a go. This is the number 3. I use a different pad for this one. Now it took a week to spray. I was using a new technique with a spray gun rather than using spray cans, so I didn't show that until I'm a little bit more adept at that. It worked out okay. So it took about a week for that. Then it took about 3.5 weeks to let it dry and cure, and it took about another 3 or 4 days to finish sanding and polishing it. Now I did run into some problems. I had planned to put the bridge on about a week ago, but unfortunately the weather did not cooperate and it was far too humid to do that. But fortunately today I was able to get the bridge on, and we're still moving ahead, but we're about a week behind schedule at the moment, but we'll see how things go. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, I hope.